Hey trappers, Jason Vance here from Advanced Predator Management. I'm going to do this part 2 video of getting my traps ready. I'm going through them, making sure that they all set level, all the pans are level, everything's adjusted on them. There's usually not too much that I have to do to them. I'm going to talk a little bit about my chain length because a lot of people are asking how I set up my trap chains and everything, so I'll go over that. And the other thing I'm going to go over is making sure that you have enough trap tags on your traps. I myself have always used just one tag, but I've noticed that um, a lot of the tags going through these are either chewed off or they're half unrolled. So I'll go over that process. And one thing that you want to look into going out of state, trapping in other states, is look into what their regulations are for traps being labeled, how they're supposed to be labeled. I know Mississippi gives you a number that you have to put on your traps, all your traps down there. And I want to say, I think Nebraska, you need your driver's license. If you want, comment down below with what your state requires for trap tags and what information is needed on them. So, well, as you can see out back there, I got them all done, my earth anchors. So, like I said, this is going to be part 2, getting the traps ready. So, let's take a look at what I got here and show you what I do. Those of you who follow me know that I use a Duke 550 as well as a Duke 650. Here in southern Maine, I use the Duke 550 primarily just because of the size, and we have domestic animals down here where I trap. And I want to talk a little bit about the trap chain that I use. So when you get these out of the box, they come with the swivel already on it and 7 links of chain, number 3 chain. So what I do is I take in the fourth link, I take and cut it out and replace it with a universal swivel. This piece here, this end of the swivel, is on the chain itself, and all I have to do is add a J hook with my quick link. Here in the state of Maine, we're required to have 5 swivel points. So this one actually has 6, but we're required to have 5 just for the links regulations that we have. Also for Maine, in the link zones, wherever people are trapping in the link zones, you can't use a trap with a jaw spread greater than 5 3/4. So in the way that here in Maine that we measure our 5 3/4, I'll show you here so that you guys can see this. So for the people in Maine, when you measure your traps for your jaw spread, you measure from here to this loose jaw, not from here to here. That's going to be wider. And I think a lot of times Duke takes their measurement and advertises their measurement as 5 1/2, which is from here to here. And why I'm answering this is because I had a person question one of my traps, and he's actually from Maine, and he thought that this Duke 550 was not legal here in the state of Maine, but he was measuring from here to here. But if you take the measurement from here to here, it's perfectly legal. This was legal throughout the state. This one here, technically I could use it in the southern part of the state outside of our link zone, but I just don't do it. Here in Maine, I use them for beaver trapping, and I still use the same setup. So as I've been going through these traps, I've just adjusted them, made sure that they sit level, and make sure the chain's all nice and tight. But what I wanted to talk about a little bit was, and I noticed as I was going through these traps that a lot of my tags were missing, either missing, chewed, half on, and that's something to keep an eye on, because trapping out of state and with different rules and everything, depending on your DNR, if he questions you and you have a trap in the ground that doesn't have a name tag on it, depending on how he is, could be whether you get a ticket or not. So to take that out of the equation, just go ahead this year. I'm taking and adding a tag here at the bottom of the D plate, um, the D link, and then I usually put one at the second link down off of the thing, and then I'm also going to put one on my quick link itself, and that gives me 3 points with a name tag on it. The coyote's less likely to chew the one here, but I do know he's going to chew this one, and coyotes aren't really a dumb animal. I mean, I've pulled up to a lot of coyotes, and they're pulling they're pulling at this trap and pulling at the chain right where it meets the ground, because I feel that they know that they were pinned there at that point. So that's a little bit about what I do for traps. I have over here 300 of these to go to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fix these all up. Another thing that we'll go over in the next video after I've gotten these all taken care of is the Kansas ones I treat in acetone and Rust-Oleum. But the ones here that I use in Maine, which I'm going to eventually take out to Kansas with me this year as well, because I want to have enough traps for trying to achieve my goal. So these ones are dyed and waxed. And so the next video, which will be I'm going to make this part 2. Part 3 will be trap prep, as far as the dyeing and waxing of these, and then the dipping of these in acetone and Rust-Oleum. I'll go over the process that I use and talk more about the reason why I use one in one place and one in the other. And it basically boils down to what I'm comfortable with, what I'm used to here in Maine. I've always dyed and waxed, so it's been one of those things that you dye and wax, because we have a lot of moisture in the ground in the fall time, and this summer it's rained like crazy, so it protects the trap a lot more with the wax and the dye on it. As far as these going out west, it's dry pretty much for the most part, and these hold up. This one here was in Kansas, as you can see. I mean, there's a few chips and a little bit of flaking, but this held up out in Kansas for coyotes, and then I brought it back here and I used them in beaver trapping here. So yeah, so I mean, I hope this little video here helps you out and answers a lot of questions, because like I said, I had some people that were asking about my chain length, and again, I'll go over it real quick. It's just, a swivel here at the base of the trap, which comes on the trap, 3 links of number 3 chain with a universal swivel, and another 3 links of number 3 chain with a universal swivel and a quick link. I think that comes out to be about 12 inches. So, and that's about what I go max on my trap chains, just because I don't want that coyote or fox, I mean, 1 foot of chain is really 2 feet, if he's stretched out and he runs to one other side. And I just like to pin them there. They're less pullouts. I haven't actually had a pullout in these traps since I've been using them. So I've just had, like I talked about in the previous video, issues with the cable unwinding and breaking. So that's why you can see why I did this with all these super stakes in all chains this year. I just want to eliminate that from being in the equation, as far as missing or traps or coyotes pulling out and everything with the trap. So we don't need a coyote running around with a trap on his foot. So I want that coyote there when I get there, and my trap to still be there. So again, I'm not sure if maybe some people that are watching, comment down below and let me know. I know that here in Maine we're required to have our name and address on it. I put my name, phone number, and my town that I live in on my trap tags, but I know some states require a driver's license number, and I know that some states issue, I think it was Mississippi that issues you a number that has to be attached to each one of your traps. So if you can, comment down below and tell me what's needed in your state, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and like I said, this is going to be
different parts until I actually get out to Kansas, and then I'm going to try to do a daily vlog of my day. So again, thank you for following. If you could take and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also the bell so that you know when I come out with a new video that you'll be notified of it. So thank you until next time.